why here at Solar Surge we have not been actively selling or actively promoting the Generac PWRCell product. And we talked a little bit, kind of what's going on with the Snap RS and all that. So I guess let's just get right. Let's get right to the chase here. So what's going on with Snap RS?
Yeah, we're aggressively working to support both our dealers and our system owners.
And what's the best way to do that? If there are, let's say, there are a homeowner out there watching this now, and they have a Generac PWRCell system, and they want the system checked out, or maybe they're concerned whether it's working properly. What's the best thing for them to do right now? And today we have a special guest for you from Generac. Phil Swanson is going to be joining us today to talk about everything that's going on with Generac. So, Phil, welcome to the Solar Surge podcast. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Very excited. Great to meet you in person, and cool to be a part of the show.
Absolutely. Well, really looking forward to chatting with you about what's going on here. So, folks, Phil Swanson is the Senior Director of Fleet at Generac. And Phil, can you kind of explain what does that mean for folks that might not be familiar with the terminology?
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially my role is supporting our field installed product. So if it's post-commissioning, that's my responsibility. So what that means, technical support, dealer support, so our installer support, customer support. We have a group of people that do fleet analytics, so monitoring our systems in the field, make sure everything's working properly. Application engineering, field service, and portions of the training come right to me.
Excellent. So basically everything that's out there then, the generators, the battery systems, everything that's out there in the field.
Clean energy specific, okay. So PWRCell, yep. The home standby units and our commercial and industrial products are a different group.
Great. Okay. Well, I know PWRCell is a lot of what we want to talk about today.
Yeah.
And so, I guess if we can kind of get right into it. So, Phil, a big reason why we're sitting here today is that, I had put out a post a couple of weeks ago. The big reason came down to service and reliability. Now, part of the Generac PWRCell system is a component called the Snap RS, or Rapid Shutdown. Talking about some of the reasons why here at Solar Surge we have not been actively selling or actively promoting the Generac PWRCell product. And we talked a little bit, kind of what's going on with the Snap RS and all that. So I guess let's just get right. Let's get right to the chase here. So what's going on with Snap RS?
Yeah, so I appreciate it. It's good to talk about this. So Generac recognized that the original Snap RS product, so that's the rapid shutdown device on the roof that couples with our PV link, wasn't performing to the quality standards that Generac expects and maintains. So we've been actively working to support our warranty, working with our dealers and also third-party installers to replace any equipment that may not be functioning properly under warranty, and in some cases doing that even on equipment that is functional.
Just a word from our sponsor, Span.io, and the Span Smart Electrical Panel. If you're considering an investment in a solar plus battery backup system for your home, then you're going to want to have maximum visibility and control of how much solar energy you're collecting, how much energy you're storing, and where that energy is being spent within your home. The Span Smart Electrical Panel allows you to dynamically control which circuits have access to backup power and which ones do not, without the need of a separate critical loads panel, and get up to 40% more running time on your battery backup. So feel free to go directly to the span.io website, or you can just visit the link on the description below. It'll take you to the page. You can get more information, or if you'd like to, get in touch with an installer right away.
Yeah, we're aggressively working to support both our dealers and our system owners.
Okay, great. And because I know that's a question a lot of folks out there, especially those out there that are solar installers, or maybe they are installing and maintaining Generac systems. What is this going to look like for them? I guess as we kind of work through the current batch of product that's already out there, what does the future look like on this particular issue?
Yeah. So specifically, we rely on our dealers, our installers, to perform most of the physical service in the field. In your previous video, you mentioned warranty compensation for those partners. Generac has a really, really strong warranty support structure as well as our compensation. You noted a figure of $800 for the opportunity cost. The way that we've structured our warranty compensation, both for our third-party service providers as well as our installer dealers, comes out in such a way that I think we exceed that in many cases. You know, there's always case-by-case differences, travel time, et cetera. But yeah, I think we've really structured this, in my opinion, an industry-leading way. So we can help our dealers, we can enable our installers to get out there and support our homeowners. There's also certain situations where a specific dealer or installer may no longer be in business. And in those circumstances, we've partnered with regional and national third-party service providers, and we're performing that warranty work at no cost to the homeowner. So yeah, we're really aggressively attacking this on all fronts.
So does that mean that if somebody has a Generac system installed out there and maybe the original company that did the installation is no longer in business, does that mean you'll have another one of your install partners come out to service that system?
Absolutely. Yep. So we're kind of doing this on two fronts. So proactively, my fleet analytics team is keeping an eye on our system performance. So in some cases, we're assigning those service leads, if you will, to our third-party service providers. But there's also a conduit for our homeowners to contact our 24-hour customer support line, and then they can request that their system be worked on. So you have the confidence that Generac is keeping an eye on your system, but you can also self-advocate as a homeowner. Give us a call, and we'll get someone out to help you, whether it's your original installer or someone else.
Okay, and what's the best way to do that? If there are, let's say, there are a homeowner out there watching this now, and they have a Generac PWRCell system, and they want the system checked out, or maybe they're concerned whether it's working properly. What's the best thing for them to do right now?
So there's two ways to get a hold of us. One is by phone, and one is by email, and we can provide that contact information.
Okay, great. And we'll make sure that we put either a link in the description below, or maybe editor, you can put up a little banner below there with where homeowners need to go if they have PWRCell now and looking for some closure and some resolution on this issue.
Yeah, and I would just reiterate, you know, Generac has 60 years of history building an organization from the ground up. Started in a garage, and now it's a multi-billion-dollar company. And we did that by supporting our installers and our homeowners, and that is our full intention. And I think our response speaks for itself.
That's great. That's great. Well, you know, folks, as you know, if you've been following the channel for a while, I've talked about this before, is that one of the most important choices you can make as a homeowner, if you're in this process of evaluating solar and battery storage options, is which install company do I choose? Because oftentimes it's that original install company that's going to be providing your primary warranty service. And what I think I'm hearing you say, Phil, is that regardless of the health of your original installer, that Generac is going to stand behind any system that's currently out there in the field, and you'll field those service calls directly if the original install company is not being responsive. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So Generac expects that all of our dealers, operate with integrity and uphold the Generac brand. But we also realize that some installers want to focus on installing. That's their focus is new installations. So we have already mobilized a really strong third-party service network to back up both our homeowners as well as our dealer network. So Generac can serve as a conduit to making a connection with those service providers if their original installer doesn't want to service the system. So there shouldn't be concern in any regard that you are left out in the cold or in the dark if your original installer isn't participating. We have plenty of dealers that are really excited to get out there and help.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you for that. And I think that's really what we wanted to hit on here, folks, is, Generac is here to set the record straight, tell their side of the story. And what I'm hearing is that they're going to do what it takes to make things right, whether you're an existing customer, a prospective customer, or what have you.
Yeah, absolutely. Generac did not get into this as a flash in the pan. This is the future of Generac's core business. And you can see that in publications, across not just me saying this. And so, yeah, I just want to reiterate that we are super committed both to this industry as well as our consumers and dealers, both on the generator side of the business as well as clean energy.
So Phil, one question that I have to ask here, and I know a lot of folks are going to be wondering out here is, is Generac here to stay in the renewable space? I know you guys are dominant in the generator industry. In fact, your company is synonymous with home standby generators. But for those wondering, is Generac really here to stay long-term in the renewable space? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question because we really are. Generac as a company is committed to this space. And I think you're seeing a transformation of the whole organization focusing really in on solar, storage, battery backup, whole home energy management, Ecobee coming into the portfolio. And so that's our vision, that's where we're headed. But we've shown this and we've demonstrated this over the last 60 years of the company starting in a garage, now a multi-billion-dollar organization. And we did that through supporting our dealer network and our consumers. And so our track record shows commitment both to our install partners as well as our homeowners. And the decisions that we're making from a leadership level demonstrate our commitment and our focus and our transition to the renewable energy sector. So I'm really excited. Our CEO, I think, really has an incredible vision for where this company is going to be in the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years. It's pretty inspiring.
Great. Okay. Now, those that are out there, they might be wondering, because again, part of what brought us together today was this issue of the Snap RS and the reliability, and not to beat a dead horse on that, but let's say if there's an electrical contractor out there and they're wondering, is Generac going to be a reliable partner? Can I build my business around a Generac partnership? Maybe the way that I built a generator installation business in the past, can I build my renewable energy business around Generac as a partner?
Yeah, again, absolutely. We're really fortunate to have that experience, that relationship that Generac has been so good at forming between the company and the dealers. That long-term partnership is forefront in everything we do. That is our focus. Year to year we have these kind of like organizational goals, and last year was focusing really on our dealer partnerships, and that wasn't just in the home standby sector, but that's clean energy as well. So we're really fortunate to have come into this space with a formula that's tried and true and tested, that develops a strong partnership between our dealers, our installers, and our homeowners. And so Generac's been really, really successful with that, and we're applying that directly to the renewable energy sector. Another thing I would just say is the fact that Generac is diversified and has been so successful in other markets really adds bankability and commitment and strength to our organization, so that we can continue to support and invest. I think Generac is in a unique position to really, really excel in this space. And I know that's our intention, that's our commitment, and that's what we're going to do.
Great. Well, Phil, thank you so much for coming down to be on the Solar Surge podcast. I think you've answered the question, folks. From what I'm hearing is Generac is not only here to stay, but they're going to do what they have to do to make things right for any of these service reliability issues that are out there. And so I just really appreciate you making the trip to come down. Let us know, what are some of the things that we should be looking for down the road in terms of the product roadmap? Where do you see things going from here?
Yeah, this is the cool next phase, right? So as a generator company, I think people are anticipating integration with our other products. So we've got some really, really cool things coming down the road in terms of DC coupled generators as well as AC coupled generators. More to come on that on my next trip down. So really exciting stuff happening there. And, we have a team of really smart people always thinking about the next thing. So I'll leave it at that and just a little cliffhanger. But yeah, there is some really, really cool stuff coming down the road. You can tell by my smile. So
well,
I'm excited.
We're looking forward to having you back, folks. Phil Swanson here, Senior Director of Fleet for Generac. Phil, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
And I wish you all success with everything coming up this year.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, folks, that does it for today's interview with Generac. Hey, if you enjoyed this interview and you want to watch the full-length version, be sure to visit the new Solar Surge podcast channel, where we're going to be talking to most of the top brands and top companies within the solar space to make sure that you have the most up-to-date industry information. Well, folks, that does it for today's video. As always, I'm Joe Ordia here, encouraging you to get prepared and be empowered. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.